morning students. Today I will discuss the topic valence bond theory. So yesterday we have completed the types of bonds. So how this formation of bond takes place explained by the valence bond theory. So this theory is proposed by Hitler and London to explain covalent bond formation. Covalent bond formation. So covalent bond means sharing of electrons between two atoms to get the stable electronic configuration. So Lewis explained only the reason why this covalent bond formation takes place. So to get the octet electronic configuration. And here this theory explained how the bonds are forming. So they introduced a new concept, orbital overlap concept. So the bonds are formed by the overlapping of the atomic orbitals. So he explained that this covalent bond is formed by orbital overlapping of atomic orbitals. So here there are some postulates. So every theory has some postulates like that. So the first postulate is this only. The covalent bond is formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals. And what are the conditions? The atomic orbitals should be half filled. The first condition is the atomic orbitals, atom should come closer, then only the bond formation takes place. And after coming closer, their atomic orbitals are overlapped to form the covalent bond. And these atomic orbitals should be half filled. Suppose this is the hydrogen molecule. Suppose hydrogen molecule is forming covalent bond between two hydrogen atoms. So this is the 1s1 orbital of one hydrogen, and this is 1s1 orbital of another hydrogen. So these orbitals, overlapping orbitals, should be half filled, and they should have single electron, means half filled, and the spin of electrons should be opposite, means one orbital, if one electron having the positive spin, then other electron should have the negative spin. Then only pairing takes place. So then only their magnetic field will be attracted. So if same spin is there, their magnetic field will be repelled. So to attraction, so to become pairing, they should have the attraction. So the spin of these electrons should be opposite. Then only the attraction takes place to form the bond, covalent bond. So this is the one condition. The atomic orbitals should half filled and the electron should having the opposite spin. And then let us see another postulate. Extent of overlapping. So extent of overlapping decides the strength of bond. So if extent of overlapping is higher, then the bond will be more strong. Means extent of overlapping of atomic orbitals is directly proportional to the strength of bond. So if more overlapping is there, then the strength of bond is more. So here the strength of bond is directly proportional to bond energy. So if the bond is more strong, then bond energy will be higher. Bond energy means the energy released when the bond is broken. So that energy is called bond energy. So here if strength increases, the bond energy also increases. And then this is inversely proportional to bond length. So if extent of overlapping is more, then the atoms will come very closer to each other. So then the bond length between the distance between the nuclei of two atoms will be lower. Means strength, if strength bond energy is more, if bond strength is more, then bond length is lesser value. Bond length will be less. So this is the one of the postulates. And the next, the atomic orbitals should possess the same sign of wave function. Suppose here one p orbital is there, another p orbital is there. So these are overlapping, suppose. So here the sign. So since orbital is like a wave, electron behaves like a wave, so the shape of the orbital is also a like wave. So here it contains plus amplitude and minus amplitude. So here the atomic orbitals which are going to be overlapped should contain the same sign. So this overlapping will form the bond. But here if you take the opposite sign, it results no bond. So here either may be minus sign or maybe plus sign. So the overlapping orbital should possess the same sign of wave function. So this is the postulate. And then he said that the mainly he explained the covalent bond formation, and also he said that sigma and pi bonds concept. So he mainly introduced the types of covalent bond as sigma and pi bond. So the overlapping, based on overlapping of orbitals, there may be two types of bond formation takes place. So if overlapping is axial overlapping leads to the sigma bond formation. This leads to the sigma bond formation. And parallel overlapping leads to the pi bond formation. So axial overlapping means the orbitals come into contact on the same axis. Suppose these p orbitals are there, suppose. So like this overlapping. So means here they are on the same axis. So end to end overlapping. So this results in the formation of sigma bond. If orbitals comes like this, the orientation is like this, then there is a side by side overlapping. So they overlap side by side, and this results in the formation of pi bond. So end overlapping gives sigma bond, and parallel overlapping or partial overlapping will give the pi bond. Here this overlapping, extent of overlapping is higher in this sigma bond than this one. So sigma bond strength is more than the pi bond. So if extent of overlapping is more, strength of the bond is more. So that's why the sigma bond strength is more than the pi bond. Sigma bond is more strong bond than the pi bond. So here these are the some postulates given by valence bond theory, and let us see some examples. So here sigma bond also there are three types of overlapping are there in the sigma bond formation. So SS, SP and PP overlapping. SS overlapping means s orbital and s orbital going to participate in overlapping. So s and p orbital, here p and p orbital are going to participate in overlapping. So let us see the example for SS overlap, hydrogen molecule. So here hydrogen contain one s orbital having one single electron, and another s orbital having another single electron, and they are pairing, and overlapping takes place to formation of the sigma SS type of bond. So this is the sigma SS bond. And here let us see the sp overlapping. Chlorine molecule Cl2. So if one chlorine, if you see the electronic configuration of outermost 3s2 3p5. 3p5 means, so here first halfly filled and then pairing takes place. So this pz orbital of one chlorine having single electron, 3pz, it is having one single electron, and another pz of another chlorine molecule, another pz of another chlorine. This one chlorine and this another chlorine. So here also single electron of opposite spin are paired up to form the sigma bond. So this is the type of bond is sigma pp. So this is the sigma pp bond, pp overlapping. This example belongs to pp overlapping. Let us see sp overlapping. HCl molecule, hydrogen chloride, HCl. So here hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen having s orbital and having single electron. And here chlorine is having 3pz. Just now we have seen 3pz orbital is having single electron and it should have the opposite spin. So this is the sigma sp bond. So this is the sigma sp bond. So there are, based on different orbitals, there are 3 sigma bonds. So SS overlapping, sp overlapping and pp overlapping. And there is a pi bond formation. So pi bond formation occurs parallel due to parallel overlapping like this. So here overlapping takes place. So if you see the example, oxygen molecule. So in between two oxygen atoms, the first formed bond is sigma bond. So in always all the molecules, the first formed bond is sigma bond. Then only the pi bond formation takes place. So if in double bond, there are one pi bond and one sigma bond. And in triple bond, the first bond is sigma and then 2 pi bonds takes place. So here the sigma bond will be first formed bond between the two atoms, then only pi bond formation takes place. So these are the postulates of valence bond